get into it. First one. Who's actually the best backcourt in the Big Ten? This is always a fun or hectic conversation. For years, I feel like we've been arguing where Michigan State lands on this. Preseason, there was a lot of like, where does Braden Smith fall in this dialogue? And then Ohio State kind of emerged as like the best backcourt. At a certain point, somebody as a pundit nationally was like, yeah, Bruce Thornton and Roddy Gale are the best backcourt this year. And then Bruce Thornton and Roddy Gale went 7 for 34 in a loss to Indiana, and it has me rethinking everything. So I want you to pick the backcourt that's only 2 guys. I don't think it's fair to be like, I get 5 guards for Michigan State. It's not the backcourt rotation. It's what point guard and shooting guard would you take over what point guard and shooting guard elsewhere, anywhere in this conference? Who has the best?
What position is Ty Berry?
I will allow Ty Berry as a shooting guard.
People are going to think it's a knee-jerk reaction, but Boo Buie and Ty Berry should be in consideration because Boo is great and Ty Berry's good.
Should we do the nominees quickly? Because I think the nominees are basically Braden Smith and your pick of Fletcher Lawyer or Lance Jones. You could do Bruce Thornton, Roddy Gale. I think for Michigan State, I think it has to be Hogard and Walker, unless you wanted to do Walker. But Hogard's better than Aiken, so Hogard and Walker. I think Boo Buie, Ty Berry would be the Northwestern play. I think you could, with Illinois, it's hard with Shannon out. With Illinois, it's got to be like Rogers, Damask, probably. I would count Damask as a 2 if you want to. And he's great. Like, that's not a crazy argument. Wisconsin, you could do Hepburn and Storr. Not a bad backcourt. Maryland, Jameer Young, and I guess Deshaun Harris-Smith disqualifies them. But there are good options, is the point.
Yeah. I mean, even if you wanted to go like Ace Baldwin, Kanye Clary, that's good backcourt.
That'd be a crazy answer, but you could.
Yeah. I'm just saying, throwing it out there as an option.
Yeah.
I think that the thing is, it makes it tough because I'm doing like the whole season, right? If you're going over like the past month, some backcourts have been playing better than others. Even though those 2 guys just had that stinker at Indiana, I just think that's an anomaly. I don't think those guys are going to stink like that. I think I would still take Bruce Thornton and Roddy Gale. And second would be Boo and Ty Berry. And then third, either Purdue or Michigan State.
Okay. So I think my feedback on your answer would be Braden Smith third feels like it's undervaluing how good Braden Smith is, no matter who's next to him. Maybe I'm wrong, because you could make the same argument with Tyson Walker. Like, Tyson's that good. But as like a run the show, make everybody better guy, I feel like having Braden Smith behind Northwestern and Ohio State seems a little wild to me, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it as a unit though.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if we're doing like what point guard do I want in the Big Ten? I mean, I'll change my answer probably.
Okay. Where's Illinois land on your list? Because Damask has been a killer. If we're counting Damask as a 2.
Yeah, that last Ty Rogers performance has me reconsidering life.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have a conversation on Ty later this week, I think. Like, can people just guard him with centers every time and it's going to work? I think there might be more to that than people think. You
got to put like some weird like clickbait what is it called, thumbnail, like can a cinder block check Ty Rogers, and like something like that.
Honestly, depending on how big the chair is, I think you could have a chair check Ty. Just put the chair in the lane, or like what's one of those like big like office cabinets? Like, just put a massive office cabinet stacked.
A big filing cabinet.
Yeah, I don't think Ty has answers for that, depending on how big it is. Okay, so I want to go on record with this, and it hurts my soul to say it, but I think you know where I'm going with this. I don't trust the Ohio State guards at all. I don't trust them at all. I'm out on them. I don't trust them. I trust Roddy Gale, so I trust one of the guards. I don't trust Bruce Thornton at all. And that's just personal. It's conjecture. I don't have a ton of numerical substance to why. I know Bruce has been really, really good this year. The big games that I've seen, or like when Ohio State has a 12-point lead that suddenly evaporates to 0, Bruce Thornton's usually doing a lot of like standing around doing nothing. Um, I just can't get over it for some reason. I think that should be the answer. I think that's the most talented backcourt in this conference, but I don't trust him. I like, how do you go 7 for 34 in a game collectively from two guys? Like I've just never seen that from a good backcourt like Michigan State's or Purdue's or anybody else in this conversation. Like to have 2 volume shooters be that bad and you lose a game by 6 because of it. It's crazy to me. So I'm going to disqualify Ohio State for my answer. And I thought my answer was going to be the surprising answer that you would argue with me on, but it sounds like not. The answer is definitely Boo Buie Tyberry. It's definitely that. Like, I was trying to envision if you drop those 2 guys on all these other teams, what happens? I think Michigan State with Akins at the 3 and the front court they're currently playing gets better with Bowie and Barry at the 1 and the 2 than they do with AJ Hogarth's inconsistencies. I feel pretty strongly on that. No matter how good Tyson Walker is, like Tyberry's way more consistent than AJ Hogarth is. I think you get better. If you drop Boo Buie and Tyberry on Purdue instead of Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer, better basketball team immediately, like very immediately. And I know Purdue fans are going to be mad at me for that, but Boo would be incredible with Edey off of Edey. Talk about like a guy who's not afraid to shoot shots. Tyberry is like a fully realized version of what they hope Fletcher Lawyer could one day be. Even Ohio State, man, I think if you drop Boo and Barry in Thornton and Gale's place, I think they're better because I just think Boo's a better player than those guys. He's a way better player than those guys. He's one of the best guards in the country, and he's backing it up. Like, coming into this year, it was like, oh, well, Audige was the big reason. Like, Boo's still a losing player. Audige made nope, it's Boo. Boo's that good. He makes everybody else better. And I think it's time we officially coronate him. For the remainder of his tenure, we shouldn't be debating this anymore. Like, that's the best backcourt because they have Boo Buie and because Tyberry looks really good playing off of Boo Buie.
Yeah. I can't wait for Boo Buie to be done with the Big Ten.
I love him, man. I hate that you've had to like stop loving Boo because of the results. It hurts me.
It's like go, man. Go somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know.